But the reality is that there are people that cannot share the truth about their life at work because they don't feel safe to. So then if collectively we all just practice with what do I not feel safe sharing at work, right? So maybe I'm thinking about my friend who his wife had a really hard time getting pregnant. It was very frustrating and very expensive. And finally was able to get pregnant, carried the baby almost to term. And she and the baby were in the hospital, and she almost died and the baby almost died. So they both were in the hospital full time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 9 weeks.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the father is working at a job that he doesn't like and he would have quit before, but he needed the health insurance because she was having such a hard time getting pregnant. Then she got pregnant. Well, now he needs the health insurance to get through the pregnancy and the birth. And then the birth was so scary and terrible. He still has to go to work, but he now has to be at work, cannot get fired, cannot get laid off, and get as many extra hours as possible when he hasn't slept in more than 9 weeks.
Right.
And he didn't feel like he belonged at work. He can't tell that story.
Right.
He is a white, Christian, heterosexual man who typically, shares about his vacations and has family pictures in his office, etc. And all of a sudden something happens and he can't share it. That is a better learning tool than me talking about subordinated or marginalized people who can or cannot feel that they share certain parts at work. I did some consulting work with a car dealership, but I was supposed to come in and address, coincidentally, two different people, vice president of sales and one of the really good mechanics. Both were high achievers, and all of a sudden they just weren't achieving anymore. So the owner asked me to come in and do one-on-ones and figure it out. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing one-on-ones, and it turns out both of these humans are undergoing chemotherapy.
Wow.
They haven't told anybody at work that they're going through chemotherapy because they're afraid people are going to think they're lazy. Mm-hmm. Well, what ends up happening is their coworkers thought they were lazy because they're taking extra long lunches, they're leaving early. And this is a dealership that, according to the mural on the wall, runs like a family.
Right.
So then I asked for their permission. I disclosed this to the owner. The owner's like, I had no idea. And very quickly, they created carpooling and food support and things like that because that's what the family means. Yeah. When people are scared to say something, it is the best equalizer when you realize there are other people here who are scared to say something. So you can't force people to share, but you can recognize how small it can feel when you can't bring all of yourself to work.